Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video. As you can see, I am working on a 6x12 pocket page layout, and these are photos from my time in Wales. This was the night that I landed in Wales. I went to Holyhead because that's where the ferry docks, and so by the time I got there it was getting dark already. This was March, so getting dark earlier in the evening, but I needed to go out to dinner, so I basically just dropped my bags at the room where I was staying and then went out to find something to eat. And I found this little street food place called Simply Street. So I have some photos here. I have a map. I love to do this, showing where it was located in the city. And then I also have a receipt. And I think I want to use my LE Studio dies that have the little cutouts for pockets so that I can drop this in and make a little pocket out of it, but I'm not totally sure. And I could change the placement of this photo or these photos too, you never know, but for now I think this is what I'm going to start with. We'll just see how the layout goes. So I've brought out some things from what I had already gathered for Wales. So I have these, which are just miscellaneous cards that I thought might work for some of my stops, so I have those. And really, I don't have a lot of room for that here. The only way I could use that is if I decided to do a flip, which could happen. I could maybe do a pocket on the front of this and then make a flip for the rest of it. Who knows? Depends on the cards I find, I guess. So I have that as an option. And then I have this packet of stuff here that, again, I pulled embellishments thinking, oh yes, some of these would match with what I have going in Wales. Things that I did, places I went, that kind of thing. So I have that. And then this was just kind of a generic little bag of stuff that I threw together that looked European, I guess, or basic things like a hotel bed, once upon a time, houses in the city, that kind of stuff. So I have lots of fun things to start with, and I'm hoping I can put something together that looks good. I opened this little pocket of stuff first, and I found these two things in there that I like because of the yellow. I like that this one says adventures, and it was because I didn't know this town at all, so I had to just get out my map, kind of walk the town, see what I found that seemed appropriate for dinner. And then I also have this geotag, and again, I like it because it's got the yellow in it. I did also see that I have this, which is a lighter yellow, but it says exploring town. I sort of like the idea of that too, and I think it's close enough that I could get away with it, but I'm not sure how I would work it in. I'm going to put that here and possibly use that. I just noticed I've got a yellow ticket thing in here too. I don't know that that really works for a dinner theme, but who knows, maybe. I'll put that over here too, just in case. But I'm going to start with these two, and then I need to figure out, do I want a flip with a pocket here or not? When I pulled out this bag of filler cards and journaling cards, this one was in there, and it's just black and white, but I like the idea of it because it kind of matches that receipt that I have, and there's definitely black in here, especially if I'm going to use these. So I think I am going to do a flip pocket there. So I may do the receipt on top, or I may do this on top, and this will be behind it. I'm not sure, but I am definitely going to make the flip. So that's my first order of business, to figure out, do I want some patterned paper on top, if it's going to be the pocket thing. So many decisions to make. So I have that, but I wouldn't use these in this pocket then. There'll be enough happening. So I need to figure out where this is going to go, and I'm wondering if I should just put it right up here at top and let it stick out of the pocket up there. I used to hate that. Now it's growing on me, and I like the fact that then you would see that when the album is just sitting there. You'd be able to see that as you're working your way up to this day. So I do enjoy that. I was hoping to maybe spread out the yellow a little bit more because there is already a yellow tint here and there's yellow down here, but I'm sure I could find other things that have yellow in them in my basic travel stuff, so I think I'm gonna go with that. I attached the tab, and normally I put it over the top in the front and then would staple it, but I liked the way this looked better. I'm not sure why, I just did, so I chose to do that. But it feels a little blank underneath it, so I have pulled out some of my food themed stuff, and I'm going to see if I can find a little phrase or something that I might be able to add underneath that tab just to liven it up a little bit. I I have this set of chipboard stickers. I actually have 2 of them. I liked it so much I bought doubles. But I have this chipboard set from Edwards that's all about food, and I think I want to use this one that says let's go out, because I really didn't have a choice. There was no refrigerator in my room. I didn't have anything with me really, so I had to go out to eat. So I think if I pop that one out, it's also black and white, which is great, and I can just put it, maybe I'll center it right underneath there. I decided I didn't like it centered on top of each other, so I went a little bit more to the left here, and I'm really pleased with that. And I'm sure that's all I'll do with this photo, so now I can put it in the pocket. All right, couple of things. I have decided for this photo, at first I liked that it had the fork and knife there because it shows it's a restaurant, but the orange doesn't really go with anything. So I think I am going to take this geotag that I had and cover it up. It perfectly covers the orange circle. You can still see the little dot, but I don't care about that. That's not enough orange to make me worry about it. So I will put that on there. And then in my food cards, where are they? Here they are. I pulled a bunch of these out because I have food themed stuff. And I'm not sure why, but this was in there. So I don't know if I had a plan for that or why I thought it would work, because it just says yay. But I think I'm going to use it as part of my flip because it's yellow. And I can say, yay, I found a good spot that I was happy with, and I ended up having a really good meal there, so I got lucky. So now I have all of my elements that are going to go into the flip picked out, and I just need to get my background paper ready. Because I have decided to use a flip here, and all 3 of the surfaces will be covered, you won't see them, I decided just to use a scratch piece of paper that I had. Why cut into new stuff if I can just cover up what I already have? So I had a misprint here. This was part of it too that I cut off. So I'm just going to cover it up. So I think on the top, I will do the receipt because then it can be removed if someone wanted to do that for any reason. And it just looks kind of fun. Here we go. And then I will probably do, I have to think about this here. Do I want the yellow when I flip up? Let's see how it looks. Well, you'd be right next to that then. So maybe I want this on the back. Yeah, I like that better, so that when it's open, you're seeing that. Okay, good. And then up here, I'll have my journaling. So here I just need to find some kind of an embellishment, and I know I have some wood veneers that have utensils and some other things, so I might try to find that. Just something fairly large so that it will take up a good amount of space, because I don't want to journal both here and here. Okay, I have the insides attached, and I actually noticed there was a small gap in between these. I think I cut this a little bit short maybe when I printed this, because I know this is when I printed at home from a digital file. So what I chose to do to cover that, because if it had been white I wouldn't care, but because I had used a sheet that had been printed on one side, I just took this washi, I put a strip across the middle because there is some red in the photos here. I figured it would blend in enough, and so I just put a little strip of that across, covered it up, and now it's good to go. Now I just have to figure out what to do with the front with my receipt. When I pulled out my yellow scraps, I have this in there. This is very bright and it has kind of a busy pattern, but I figure when it's on the back here, it'll just be the background. I'll make a pocket at the bottom that will overlay it, so that will cover up part of it. And then this will cover up most of the background. You'll actually see mostly the receipt, but it will add a nice pop of yellow in addition to what I have going. So I like that. I think I'm going to use it as the background. Then I need to find another piece of paper to use for the pocket where I'm going to insert the receipt. To make the bottom portion, I think I'm just going to go black because it matches everything, and I have lots of extra black pieces of cardstock. Like, actually that one would be perfect. I'm going to keep the bottom pretty thin where I make the little pocket. So I think too much, it would be a little in your face, but with just a little bit there at the bottom and then tucking in the black and white, I think that'll look good. As I make my little pocket insert thing here over the bottom, this is the die I'm going to use. I decided I liked the look maybe of having a little round element there to go along with the round element you see here, curves of the glasses, the geotag there. So I'm going to use this one, and then once I have it cut, I will attach it. All right, when I made the little piece there at the bottom in black, once I saw it on here, I did not like it. So I decided to make a switch and go blue instead, because it matches this dark blue, it matches the sky, and I'll still have black in the receipt. So I think that's an okay match. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this now, and I'm only going to adhere it right at the bottom. I need to leave a little bit of give in there so that I can slide in the receipt, and I also need to cut this down so that it will be shorter than the height of the card. All right, there you have it. This is attached. I didn't realize when I cut the blue here that this is slightly shorter than 3 inches across, but I kind of like it with the yellow peeking out, so I'm not going to recut this and do it again. I think it's fine. And then this, with the way that I have adhered this down here, this is totally removable if somebody had wanted to see how much did I pay. I have that, otherwise it'll just stay tucked in there. So that'll be the front flap. I feel like maybe it needs something down here, and then I still need to do something with this. This I will do off camera, but I need something here. And then I feel like maybe this is a little blank too, but I'm not sure. I don't want to overdo it. Maybe if I just add something down here, it'll blend in, and then this won't feel so blank. On this sheet of Allie Edwards chipboard that's food themed, there was a little red star, and I thought that was perfect because it was a good meal. I'd give it a star, more than one. And then it brings in some red right next to these 2 photos. So I think that's probably enough for the front of that one. And then I don't need something there. And then I can just place something here and be done. For the inside of this, I decided to pull out these LA Studio acetate stars that I have. And some of them are so huge, I don't know how I would use them otherwise, really. But it worked perfectly to just put one right in the center of this, put a staple in it. Nobody's going to see the back, so it doesn't matter if there's a staple going through there. And then I don't have to do anything else with this card, which is awesome. So that one can go in the pocket as well. Actually, you know what? I'll put all these in at once. So those 4 are done. However, now I'm wondering, do I need something right up here to add it all in? Ooh, or maybe down here, a little something. I'll think about that and decide if I want it or not. The Allie Edwards chipboard pieces I have really come to the rescue here. I decided to use this big red one that says "Feed me, please," and then it brings in the red and it moves it to this side, so not all the red is over here so much, and I love that. However, when I went to put this all together, I realized I made a huge blunder. I can't use this on this side of the page protector because if I slide it in like that, the flip doesn't work. So luckily on this side, I already have this layout done. Luckily on this side, it was just showing off my room. I can reverse these. So I got very lucky in that respect. So I will just move these to the other side. I'll move all of these to this side, and then I can use the flap as it's supposed to be. This is almost done. I filled in just that info right there, and I decided up there I was actually going to keep with the star theme and use one of these little blue ones here from LA Studio because, again, it matches the blues I have going. And I can just do it like that, slightly crooked. There we go. I like that, brings in all the colors, and now this one is done. So here's another one finished for whales. Thanks for watching.